The first thing I got for you is Snoop Dogg is sued over posting viral video to Instagram. We've
Oh
been talking a
boy.
lot about Instagram and reposting with Emily Ratajkowski and the Lisa Rinna. And now Snoop Dogg is facing a new copyright lawsuit that claims the rapper posted a viral video, dramatic footage of a protester trying to scale a Manhattan office building to his Instagram without permission. In
When
a
I saw
case
this
filed,
article, come across, I thought it was going to be in regards to he's been reposting all of those crate videos. And so when I
oh
saw like
right, no,
scaling, I was
yeah,
like, it has to be one of those videos. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about that.
that's where I discovered the whole crate challenge thing was definitely from the
Right.
Snoop Dogg postings.
Right. But that's not what this is. So someone was
No,
scaling
no.
a wall. What were you saying?
In a case filed Monday in Los Angeles federal court, a media outlet called Freedom News TV accusing Snoop of stealing copyrighted footage from the April incident in which a protester fell to the ground while attempting to climb the facade of JP Morgan Chase's headquarters. The allegedly unlicensed video, which Snoop captioned Dummy of the Week, is still live on his Instagram and has been viewed more than 5 million times since it was posted in April. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah. I mean,
right
look,
there, you're seeing that it's like the power of, you know what I mean, of a repost from Snoop Dogg. He has
that's
quite a
right.
bit of reach.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. If you follow Snoop, I certainly do, but if you follow Snoop, you see the type of content he posts. And he does a lot of this viral stuff, right? And I feel like he even starts trends and he brings awareness. But there's definitely a certain theme with his Instagram in particular. And that's why I was kind of surprised that I haven't heard about any lawsuits over just simply reposting. Because you guys, if you've been following and the stories that we've been covering, not just
Been
with
doing a lot of
reposting,
them.
yeah, not just paparazzi pictures being reposted, but just, when you don't have the right to post something that someone else owns, you expose yourself to potentially a copyright lawsuit. And that's what this is, right? So someone says, I didn't give you permission to post the video. So therefore, that's why they're saying you stole it, right? That it was a thievery. And there's another section in that article, and they talk about the right of attribution. So I don't know if you want to go to that, but where they talk about we're also upset that not only did you steal it, but you took out our copyrighted credit that we had on the video.
Well, yeah, they kind of continue and they just go. The lawsuit claims that it appeared that Snoop's feed was an exact copy of the original, and that Snoop himself takes an active and persuasive role in what content is posted to a social media account. Um, the defendant intentionally removed copyright management information related to the video. Freedom News TV wrote. Defendant purposely failed to include the video credit originally conveyed with the video in order to mislead the public into believing that the defendant either owned the video or had legitimately licensed it. So, you
So let's
gotta.
pretend we're in front of a jury with that argument, right? So if anyone follows Snoop and he has a tendency to repost viral content, is it your belief when seeing this video that he either owns it, right? Or that, he had the right to reshare it. So obviously there's an argument on both sides, but what I want to kind of break down is with the credit portion, that's called the right of attribution. And under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, it says, look, you can't be sharing content even if you think you have like a license to do it, you have permission to do it. You can't take out the author's information, right? So that little copyright information. So that's one piece. One piece is you took out our copyright watermark, essentially. And then the other piece is you just stole it. You violated
Right.
our copyright. And then, we always say this, there are statutory damages. So now they're bringing a claim against Snoop. And, if they can prove it's willful, which is why
Right.
they said, we know that Snoop is actively involved with his social media. So they're going to say he knew about it, he did it himself. And therefore, they're going to try to get up to $150,000 in those
Right.
statutory damages.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy because personally, I love Snoop's content. Like I look forward to his posts. So his stuff is very funny. I like all of his reface stuff that he's doing, where he puts his face over all these like movie clips and stuff like that, where he'll just put his face over another actor or something like that. So I wonder if, depending on how some of the stuff goes, what we're gonna see, because you ask the question if, I assume that Snoop owns the content that he pushes. And for me, the answer is know, because it's just kind of the culture of social media. Everybody just kind of takes things and they share it. It's nobody really thinks about it. It's just what it is. So I wouldn't assume he owns it, especially if he's putting his face, over a Kill Bill's, movie scene or something like that. Um, I don't think that he owns Kill Bill the movie. I think it's just kind of the culture, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future if as these cases, what the verdicts end up being, how social media is going to be, structured
Adapting,
from that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, will it adapt? Guys, we've talked about this with like cover videos on YouTube. And now what record labels are doing is that they're providing kind of this loophole because copyright laws made it super complicated. Musicians can't do their covers, they're getting flagged and all this stuff. So there are loopholes that are kind of being built into some systems. We haven't seen that just yet with Instagram and Facebook, but I will point out one thing. When it comes to earlier, when you were reading the article, you go in the complaint, they've said that Snoop took a exact copy, took out the copyrighted information, but didn't transform it. The reason that that matters is because there's fair use, and fair use under copyright law is an exception, right? So we can do things like parody. So sometimes when you see, maybe a clip from The Bachelorette, right? And there's now a meme that's attached to it, it's transformative. And so there's an argument under copyright law that it was transformed and now it's for a parody kind of purpose. It's for commentary. And so maybe there's an exemption and it's okay to share it. But that's why they're using that very specific language. They go, no, 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 no. There is no exception here. He just took it. Judge, give us a bank.
It is tricky though when if the credit watermark is removed or something that's definitely kind of seems a little active. But like I said, I love Snoop. So I'm into it. I love his posts. I don't want him to stop. So I hope that he can get this worked out. And I'm curious to see, honestly, what happens the future of Instagram, as you're saying, how everybody as users and different brands and stuff adapt. Because, like I said, it just feels like it's part of the culture. I don't assume anybody kind of owns anything when they're posting on social media. It just kind of feels like the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
But
And look,
these record companies need to. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, look, as far as kind of like in the future, I don't represent Snoop, I don't represent his team. But if someone was to watch, this video, what I would say is that having kind of a policy in place for an account this large, any account really, but any account that kind of reshares viral content, and that's part of what they do. It's very profitable. So there's a whole monetization aspect of why some accounts do this kind of thing. But in any case, sometimes it's as simple as doing a quick message. If you know who the owner is and you go, hey, we're going to post it and we'll make sure to credit you in the description so you get the traffic. And it's sometimes that simple because you just get what's called a limited license. Sure, you can post it. So anyway, we don't know more than other than what's been put into the complaint. We'll see what Snoop and his team clap back with and what the response is.
Good luck, Snoop.